Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Koopalings! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack Podcast, episode 380, the week after we have had the Switch 2 for like a week and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here with Donnie. Delvin is sitting on the beach in the Caribbean. Could have called in. He could have phoned in and podcasted from the beach, but no.
Doing better than we are for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But he deserves it. He deserves it. School is out for the summer for the kids. We had our last day on Friday. It was glorious. Now I just have a couple teacher days next week, and then I'm free to play games all summer.
Is that like a month, 6 weeks, 3 months? Like, what does that look like these days?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. I have like, I can work 2 days over the summer, and then everybody goes back at the end of August. I think like that last
So
week,
it's like it's
the 25th or something.
It's like 6 weeks then.
Yeah.
Do you work an extra job or no?
No. Some teachers do.
Yeah, I know a lot of teachers.
To supplement their income because we don't get paid over the summer.
I always wondered, like, how do you get a summer job as an adult?
Like summer camps or tutoring or,
just like other teaching. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. I do not do that.
Man,
I
when
have
she said
vowed.
It's absolutely what's going through my head. I'm not sure if you could tell. I just like could hear it. Alice Cooper just.
Yes, I have been singing that. I've been singing it. Yes. I probably could use the income for a summer job, but I cannot mentally, emotionally do that.
That's what Josh is for. Tell him to get that money up.
10 weeks, my mom says. She worked in education.
Nice. That's crazy.
Something like that. I don't count it because then that number will start going down if I start counting it, and I can't do that to myself.
Smart.
I don't think about it until my calendar starts pinging for August. I played video games on the Switch 2. I like the Switch 2. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I played a lot more Mario Kart. I don't know if I don't think you've gotten it yet or have played it yet. So
it arrived yesterday.
Okay.
Great job, Target. Just throw that out there.
That's like insane because you could have just gone to the store.
At any time, at any moment, I could have just went. I tried to cancel at one point in the middle of last week.
And they're like, it already shipped.
It wouldn't let me. Plus, it was bundled with my Breath of the Wild Switch 2 copy.
So you probably couldn't, you couldn't cancel that.
So I did play it finally last night for a couple hours just before we come to podcast. So I've got a couple thoughts, not deep thoughts, but I've got some initial reactions.
Yeah. Well, tell me about it. We can start with that.
Okay. I really like it. I think the reaction and stuff that I've seen online when I started playing it, I was, I guess, and honestly, that just might be the story, right? Because I think the people for a lot of people that bought this system, they bought it for a new Mario Kart. So like their expectations are, I want to say probably really high. I was having the same conversation with Jack. I was like, a lot of people, this is their first Mario Kart in a decade or more. So they are.
And for some young people, it might only be their second Mario Kart ever. If they, grew up with 8.
So I think the expectation is that like the Mario Kart was just going to like blow them away. And, I think generally people like Mario Kart, but it's not overwhelming. Like I'm in love with Mario Kart seems to be like kind of the reaction online that I've been seeing. Yeah. So it was somewhat interesting for me because I was playing Breath of the Wild so much and I'm seeing kind of like this discourse go on about how Mario Kart isn't whatever it is they want it to be. And then I start playing and I was like, this is kind of incredible. Like these courses look amazing. The game looks amazing. I'm playing Mario Kart and I'll go ahead and own up to this is how little I've paid attention to Mario Kart because all through like the directs and the live streams, everything, like we've talked about this for weeks, so I don't have to go that deep into it. I've been telling you, it's like, yeah, it's Mario Kart. Like I see Mario Kart. I know what Mario Kart looks like. I didn't need to feel like to be like, combing through trailer analysis trying to figure it out. So I'm playing with Jack. And I was like, so where's the open world part? Because we're just playing, and it's just, to me, it's just Mario Kart. Like, okay, you pick the Grand Prix, you do the race. Like, we played the Battle Royale thing, whatever that's called, the King of, what is that thing called? The Grand Tour? Or
well, there's the Grand
Tour?
Prix, then there's the Knockout.
The Knockout Tour. Yeah, we played that, and I was like, everyone kept telling me you have to race to the other track and find, like, where is the open world part? And like I was like, maybe we have to just do all the Grand Prix before it unlocks, because I'm looking at the menu.
Yeah,
there's
they
Grand
don't make
Prix,
it obvious.
Knockout Tour, Battle, and it's over there in the little right-hand corner, a little free. I was like, oh, that's it. And I click on it, and I start driving around, and I got to tell you, my expectation for what that was, based on like I guess the marketing and how it was shown, could not have been further away from what it actually is.
They have done a weird job of marketing this game, because there's a couple things, I want to hear.
I thought
your
it was
thoughts,
open world. Like I thought that was the game. Like everyone, like I kept hearing things like Forza, so I expected to be able to drive around this open map, find like the racetrack that I wanted to race, like in the Grand Prix, and start that race from there. Like roll up to the line.
It's not quite like that.
No, it's not that at all.
It has an open map. But it's not like that's not like the basis of the game.
But it's not the game, right? Yeah. Like the game Mario Kart, in my opinion, in my hands, my very brief hands-on, Mario Kart remains unchanged. It is just Mario Kart. I was like, yeah, this is Mario Kart. The free roam mode kind of feels like something you give to like a 7-year-old, and you're like, hey, go Mario Kart. Like just go drive around and find stuff. Like I played some missions and stuff. Like I see what's there, but it's not chock full of that. Like it really seems like they just added
There's
that
not
there.
like a ton to do. It's
it's
just kind of a mindless, drive around, see the world.
Like,
there's like cool little details of things, cool like, oh, how do I get up there? I see a peach coin up there. How do I get up there? Kind of thing.
Yeah. So
but
like,
there's no game in there.
I'm not going to invest a whole lot of time into that. I don't think, based on what I saw, it doesn't seem like they're expecting you to do that, which I feel like is kind of at odds, because in the original, like they did try to make that seem like it was an important part of the game. It just doesn't, it feels non-essential.
The thing about it though, and I don't know how much of this you'll do, because when you play multiplayer, you are probably playing with the people in your house, but most of my Mario Kart experience is online with friends or with randos, whatever. The thing that's great about the free roam is that between courses, you can either choose 10 seconds between courses or between races, 1 minute or 5 minutes. And like most of it, it's 10 seconds or a minute. But the best part is that instead of just like sitting there on a waiting screen with like your Mii characters with nothing to do, you can free roam while you wait for the next course to start.
Okay.
So, if people are running to the bathroom, or you're waiting for people to vote for their
better
course.
Than just sitting in a lobby, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's also not better than that too. Like it's kind of a case like, it's whatever you want it to be, but
it's just you race around. It keeps your mind busy.
Like it's like the Fortnite area before you jump on the bus, right? Everybody's just like kind of hopping around. It's just like a little lobby for you to do something in.
Yes.
I honestly don't think I would take advantage of that a whole lot.
Really?
Like if I was waiting 30 seconds for the next race, I think I would just sit there. Like I would just like put the controller down, maybe have a drink, look at my phone.
Yeah.
I'd probably look at my phone more than drive around and do nothing.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I feel like it gives you something that, gives your brain something to do while you're waiting.
My next level take, which may be completely wrong, but like my big brain take is that like maybe this is like a Bowser's Fury type of experiment for them for future ideas.
Okay.
Maybe they're like, can we do this? And they're like, I don't know, like see if you can work it in there. And they're like, just let us make a map and like test it out. And like maybe their future ideas are
right.
We want to add to this, or we want to do something like this.
Like this is a bridge game to the next like huge Mario Kart. Yeah,
we see this all the time in Kirby. We see it with Zelda. Like they test little ideas, and then that game comes. Mm-hmm. That was kind of like my initial hands-on reaction to free roam. Mm-hmm. I think calling it free roam is like very like it's not an open world game. It's just a mode
No, but I think calling it free roam is like accurate because you're roaming. You're not playing. It's not like if they had called it like open world Mario Kart, which they never did, by the way. Or made it
seems
feel
like the message got away from them on this a little bit. Like it's like everybody saw it and was like, we know what that is. This is what it is. And it's like, it's not that at all.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe, perhaps, some of the, I don't want to even call it negativity, because what I have been seeing online from the channels and the podcasts that I follow hasn't been negative. What I've seen is I wanted more or better, but what I have is fun. Like, it's Mario Kart. Like, again, at the end of the, like, I love the courses. The courses I'm enjoying quite a bit. I played 4 cups last night.
Okay.
2 with Jack and then 2 alone, and I'm like, this is like, the chaos is fun. The amount of racers is fun. I feel like the CPU competitive level, because I did 50cc and then at 100cc and then 150cc. I feel like it's very like that tracks, that's balanced. Like, I'm not just winning on my own, like, indefinitely. Jack came in like 19th in his first race. It was like, yo.
Well, listen to what I found out, that the CPU, like the, AI racers, they are programmed to scale based off of like your own skill, and they take into account how much you are drifting. So people found out that the more you are drifting around like turns and stuff, the CPU will like get better based on that. Nice. So if you are like on smart steering mode and you're not doing any drifting and you're just going along, you'll win every time. They'll ease back. But the more drifting and like stuff that you're doing, probably tricks takes into account, like it'll scale, up to be harder.
I like it. I want to shout out John 32. He says the music is really good.
There's so many remixes from other videos, like not just Mario Kart games, but from other Mario games in general. Like there's stuff from Yoshi's Island, Mario 3, Mario World, Odyssey.
Love it.
And like you hear it in the free roam, and you hear it like when you're racing those in between tracks. So I want to say something about those in between, when you're racing those in between tracks. And I don't know if you picked up on this yet, because you've been only really doing the cups, right? You haven't been doing like individual races. People counted that there are, I just did this Google search, this AI on Google, whatever. There's, I'm seeing a couple different numbers, but there's over 200. This one says 232. This one says 202 unique courses that you can do between, like, I think I mentioned last time. Yeah, remember I said I was going to count the variations. Like, you start on course A, but then like you can pick to go to B or C or D, like between all of them, and then backwards too. A to B is a different course than B to A. No, not mirror mode. Like if you're racing from course A to B, that's like one track. But then if you're racing from course B to A, it takes you a whole different, like it's a different course.
I got you. Yeah, I didn't really pick up on that while we were playing. Jack did though. So we were playing a level and I was like, wait a minute, is this the same race? He goes, no. We started up there and now we're here. Like, so he was tracking like the progression overall we were making. I was just racing. So I'm
like
just
people who are
racing
saying that there's like not a lot of courses, like there is. There's different like variations on all of them. Plus different things happen. Like if you're racing on it, I don't know how to control the daytime or the weather or anything, but like different things happen at different times of the day. We were racing on a course that we had done already, but it was like raining or something, and there were like manatees coming out in the water. Like it's all different. So there's a lot of variation here.
Ultimately, I feel like, and I felt like I may have said this or like kind of knew this even before the Switch launched. I think it's great. It's Mario Kart. I don't look to Mario Kart for 10 out of 10, 100 hour, like I've never been that Mario Kart player.
Yeah.
Right. So like I played Mario Kart, like even last night, I played it for about an hour and I was like, I'll play some more tomorrow. Like I'm not trying to, I'm going to play Mario Kart for 10 straight hours. Right. Like I think maybe that might be what people are wanting. Right, like there are people out there that are like, oh, it's like I've seen some reactions since the Switch 2
Mario
launched.
Kart has never been like that.
Yeah, it's like Mario Kart's just something I'm just going to play a little bit of for a long time, for years, and play a little bit of it for years away.
That's what it is. I want to pick up on John 32's comment as well. People are upset that you don't just do 3 laps around the track, but you can for all of them. You just have to pick it in the you don't do that during the Grand Prix, but if you're going to the versus races or the time trials or you're voting online, when you're playing online matches, you can do 3 laps on any of the courses.
I love the Donkey Kong level. I love the Bowser's airship level. I like that a lot. That was like the one that stuck out to me the most. Like having all the like the Hammer Bros throwing stuff and the boomerang and then the bullets. I was like, no, this is proper chaos. Like this is
the one thing I hate is the way that you unlock things in this game. Like it's the way that you unlock carts, it's just, how many coins you get. I've already unlocked all of the carts. It's every 100 coins you get.
I was going to ask you, like, how does that work? Because I'm unlocking stuff, but I don't really know why or how I'm doing it. Like when I finish a race, it's just like, you've unlocked this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you only unlock a cart for every 100 coins. You unlock a costume if you get if you transform with one of those food bag items.
For Yoshi's things, right?
Yeah, the Yoshi's food items.
Every time I see those, I make a beeline to try and head that way because I knew that was important. And I've unlocked a lot of, I do a lot of coins because JT shared a TikTok in our Discord that showed like how coins affect different classes of character.
Yeah.
So I'm playing as Penguin, which I don't even know if it's a light or a medium or heavy character. I have no idea. But I would imagine it's on the lighter side. And apparently, because the speed is very slow, like you can reach like close to or top speed with Penguin if you have like at least 6 coins.
Yeah.
So like if you're going to race as Penguin or a character like that, you kind of need to grab some coins early or you're just going to get kind of left. So I've just been racing like that. That's the only really racer I've raced with. My I've been using Dory's bike. I'm not sure if you saw. It says Dory on the side, but it's in cursive. My kids thought it was my name. They're like, holy shit, it's got your name.
Oh, because the R looks like an N.
And I was like, well, I'm exclusively racing like this now.
Got it.
So that's all.
That's pretty good. I'll have to look at that. The other way that you unlock characters is, because all of the like main characters are already unlocked, like your Peach and your Bowser and your whatevers, but the enemy characters to unlock, you have to be transformed into them with Kamek. I think I touched on this last time. It is like rare. Oh yeah, happy Father's Day, Donnie.
Thank you.
And like it's just not very common, and like I have raced like over and over on certain tracks trying to get turned into like Swoop the Bat, or I still haven't unlocked like Spike, and all these different characters that I want, and it's just like I wish that was different. Somebody I saw had suggested like taking the coins that you get in the races and like having like a store that you go to and like exchange them for outfits or characters or cards or something. Like I feel like just now that I have gotten all of the carts, it's like besides the actual races, like there's no incentive to get more coins.
I do wonder what their plan is to try and keep this going, for the next decade, if that even is the plan.
Yeah,
I would like to know. I understand why if you bought a Nintendo Switch 2 and just Mario Kart, like I kind of understand maybe why you're maybe not feeling like all that super whelmed right now, because it's Mario Kart. Like it's not worse, it's just more Mario Kart, which is a good thing. Like I have been waiting for more Mario Kart. I like I agree with you. I was asking last week because I hadn't played it yet. I agree with you that like the amount of players, just the chaos that the courses involve, and then like when you come across these lines of mystery item boxes and they're like 15 wide, and then, like it does introduce a level of chaos that I do think at least equals, it kind of balances the playing field and makes it less of a racing game and more of more of a party game.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what I think cars should be. Like I don't take in like too much into account like the weight classes and how car optimization for each character, and because to me it's like it's not like a serious racing game. I'd rather pick a character that I like with a cart that looks cute, and sometimes you can come in first, when you're using something that is not super optimized, because there's the craziness factor.
I won one of our knockout tours. Jack did not, but I did.
The knockout tours are hard.
And it was to the wire.
Yes.
Like I led the most of it, and then
Doesn't your heart pound? Like
I dropped down to 8th right when it was like be 8th or better. I was like, no.
Yes.
So I like that a lot. That mode is a lot of fun. I honestly, once I kind of got my lay of the land, I started doing what I've always done is I started clearing stars. Like I'm going to do that first. Then I'm probably going to spend more time in knockout mode than anything else if I had to get
it. Is fun.
Yeah.
But
and
play
I like
all
how
the
long
cups.
it is too.
Play all the cups. And then we'll talk about Rainbow Road. Yeah, and Knockout Tour does feel it's a long race.
Yeah, like I like that. It's like a really good tracks. Yeah, it's a real good game time ratio experience. It's like I can play one of those and be like, I did it. You know, like I've done Mario Kart for the day. So I liked it.
I did more of the welcome tour. I think I am almost done with so I did the first Joy-Con, then I did like the regular Switch top of the Switch, and then I think I'm on the second Joy-Con. So like I'm not, there's a lot of content in this game. Like you get your $10 worth.
There's
wow. I was not prepared for that. The one thing that sticks out that I'll talk about is me and Josh sat there and did the voice thing, the game chat part where it tells you to, try turning on a vacuum and see how your voice gets filtered out. And oh my God, it works. We were like gagged. I swear we were like, sitting in bed with the Switch on the TV. We're like, there's no way it's going to pick up well if we're just like talking like this. And then he played, the vacuum. He turned on the vacuum and it really does filter out your voice pretty well. Is it a perfect sound? Like it's not like, it doesn't sound perfect voice, but it works well. I was impressed.
Better than any of the AI filter things I've seen on actual microphones.
It rivals Discord's voice filtering. Yeah. Like it's pretty good.
I still haven't tried it. My Piranha Plant has yet to arrive. That's the last thing I'm waiting on. I think Best Buy said Tuesday. Like my accessories have been they're all over the place. I'm like, I guess I haven't tried any.
Those are not the important things. The important thing was you got your Switch.
100%. And that's the funny thing. So all of my accessories and games are arriving late, even a week plus later. I got all 3 of my system orders on day 1.
Yeah.
All of them.
That's good. That's what's important. The last thing I guess that I'll talk about, I'm trying to make sure that I didn't forget anything. So I ditched my friend's NSO family plan and I joined the last spot in Josh's family plan so that we could do the family share planning. And I told you that maybe I didn't say this last time. We tried the game borrowing and I borrowed Super Mario Wonder from him. And I've played a few of the levels. I'm not that far into it yet. And I can confidently say that they were on many drugs when they made this game.
Love it. Yeah.
And I feel like maybe being on drugs is the best way to play it because it is so trippy. Like I've never done anything like LSD, but like I can just imagine like an LSD trip while playing like when you get the wonder seeds and everything's like and all the colors and the it's a fun game. I feel like I can do one level before I say, okay, I'm good for now. I don't feel like it's like I'm ready to play the next level.
Did you do the music level? Did you get that one?
Pretty
early
piranha plants that was that's like I think like the second level or something.
I thought you would love that.
Yeah, that's very iconic for that game. The Piranha Plant Parade, is that what it's called?
There's a few of those.
I accidentally killed one of the piranhas. It was really sad to stop singing.
Kind of reminds me of Rayman. Rayman has a couple of those.
Yeah. So it's good. I'm not giving up on it at this time. I can't envision myself beating it, but I'm gonna keep going with it. It's just the 2D Mario thing. It's like once you played one level, you played them all.
That hurts. That is the Padme to Anakin. You're breaking my heart.
I'm sorry.
That does hurt.
I'm not giving up on it.
Damn,
I'm not giving up on it.
Gamers dismiss 2D Mario so fast. Like they do, like boring. Oh my god. It's completely different than every other 2D Mario you've ever played, and you're like,
that's why I'm not giving up on it.
Once you've played Mario Bros. 1-1, you've seen them all.
Oh, speaking of Mario Bros. 1-1, I also did
on Father's Day.
I also on Welcome Tour where it was showing the pixels,
the Mario.
like it made it like this small. I had to go up close to my TV. I was like,
that's original resolution.
Well, okay, so I feel like I felt so stupid, Donnie. I was sitting there to Josh. I was like, so that 256 pixels. So like TVs are like 4,000 pixels. That's what 4K means. He's like, yeah, but turns out that's not even 4,000 pixels. It's 3,800 pixels. But they don't call it 3.8K. They call it 4K.
That would be dumb.
So really, they are false advertising the TVs.
Now you need another free one. Take it up with Verizon.
But like, I felt really stupid because I was like trying to understand, like, so like it was like 256 pixels, but like they stretch that out on the big screen. Like that's what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like, so is a pixel like a standard unit of measurement?
Yeah.
Like there's a specific size that 1 pixel is?
Yeah.
On any device ever?
I believe so.
I don't think I knew
been my
that.
assumption. That's always been my assumption. That's why
so
you have,
when they're
pixel
saying
art, they're like little dots, like everyone fills its own square. That's how you make the pixel character. It's just a collection of pixels. That's like the, that's what that is.
So when there's 3,800 pixels, like why
Pixel, the smallest unit of a digital image, does not have a fixed size.
Oh.
Its physical size depends on the display resolution of the screen. So it's how big the screen is how many pixels it can fit. In web design, a pixel is defined as a 1/96th of an inch.
It was just too much for me at the time that I was doing it. Like it makes sense to me now, but for whatever reason at the time, it was like going way over my head.
For video games, because when we talk about video games and we do talk about these things in resolution and screen size, it is a fixed definition. As 1/96th of an inch is a pixel. So we went from being able to make characters with like 30 pixels to 130 pixels to 1,000 pixels. Yes. To 3820 pixels.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did the guess the frames per second, and I got the last one wrong. So I think I did better than I thought I would.
That one was hilarious because I sat down to play that, and while I was playing it, I unlocked that game, and Jack was sitting next to me. So I smoked that thing, literally, just went right through it. Jack got every one of them wrong, like every one of them. And
the first couple were easy.
If you get them wrong, they do switch it up on you. It's like not the same. Like you can't choose it and just do it again.
Yeah.
So like we would come back again, and he'd be like 30, and then it would be 60, and he'd come back 60, and they'd be 30, and I was like, so you've got nothing here. You have no idea what's going on.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's really tough to differentiate between 60 and 120, depending on on the shape. That can be tough, but that clearly demonstrates the difference between 30 and 60 like that. Like it's apparent.
For me, I can see that it's 120. I have a harder time between 30 and 60.
Oh, the moment 30 pops up, you would I wish I could have recorded it. The moment 30 popped up, I was like, oh. Like the moment I was like, oh, that's 30. Like as soon as I saw it, I think it was the basketball, and you see the basketball's got like a trail. It's almost like a ghosting vision because you can see it. Like you can, there's too much time that passes. It's just blurry. And
then the thing with the fireworks with the HDR. I was playing it on my TV. I couldn't tell the difference between the two.
I actually had to when you do that little mini game, there's a part where I think you can pause it, and then like flip it on and
flip
off
back and forth.
And that's when you can really see. So it's
but
just
it
like
was subtle. It was like a subtle
glowy
difference.
Yeah, it's like it just gets
I don't think I would
glowy.
notice in gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Regardless, though, I'm having a lot of fun with my Switch 2, and I'm very excited to play it all summer.
Lovely. You love to see it.
The refunded welcome tour. You used your one-time refund for a $10 game. I would have just ate the $10.
I haven't come back to Welcome Tour since I played it the first day. I don't know if I will.
Yeah.
It seems like I want to play all the mini games, but the amount of effort it takes to get to play them, I don't think is.
Yeah, you can't just go to anything you want. Like you have to get there.
I don't want to go around clicking on buttons. Like that was boring.
Yeah.
It would have been fun if it was more charming. It's not. It's very
matter of fact. Yeah.
Yeah. I that's not what I had in mind at all.
The worst part is the quizzes. You don't even get anything for doing them.
Right. Yeah. And there are times you like just have to like move the camera. I don't know. I just not very fun. You know. I like the mini games. I think the mini games are fun. Did you try the mouse mini games? I thought those were a blast.
I got so mad. I handed it to Josh and said, "Do this for me."
Did you do the target one where you had to get the target in like 2 seconds? Did you do that?
Maybe. I don't know. But the one where you have to like take the mouse through the whole maze.
I
said, "Josh, this is yours. You do it."
That's good. That's like legit good fun gaming. I heard Jeff and Mike, they talked about it, and I was a little taken back because Jeff was bitter. Jeff, they were talking about the FPS game, which I thought was like, it's a fun, kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, like little mini game for like where gaming is these days. Everyone's arguing over frame rates and stuff. That was a fun way for Nintendo to play with that. I couldn't be on the further side of the spectrum from Jeff. Jeff was like, that's a GIF, right? He's like, they're just GIFs that do that. He's like, this is the lowest effort I've ever seen. I was like, wow. Like he went so hard on it. I was like, I had fun. Like I had fun with it. Jeez.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's better than I thought. I wasn't even going to get it.
Sometimes when I hear stuff like that, I wonder if I'm, and I think our listeners like almost like winced even here. We say, I'm like, am I too nice to you? Like, should I be tougher on things? Am I out here just being a damn homer for everything they do? Because I thought it was funny. I thought it was fun.
Definitely got influenced into getting that game, and I probably will not play it very much. I don't think
Jack thought it was fun too. Like even though he was getting it wrong in that moment, for the 10 minutes we played the FPS game, we were laughing. Jack was laughing like he couldn't believe how bad he was at it. He was laughing at himself. So to me, I was like, mission accomplished. $10 well spent. We had a fun little time. But I don't know how much I'm going to actually. I don't want to like 100% welcome tour. I could care less. So.
Anything else you want to talk about for Switch 2?
Yes. Let me check the time because I know we're on a short bridge. So we have about an hour. So I can't go very long.
No, but tell us about what you want to tell us about.
Yeah, so I'll just say this. I wax poetic about Breath of the Wild on PSVG this week. I don't know how long you have to listen to PSVG before that starts. It's probably in the first hour somewhere, maybe like the 20, 30, 40-minute mark. If you would like to hear me talk more about Breath of the Wild and the experience I'm having, Shackers, I hate to tell you, but we're on a short runtime, so I would just direct you there. In short, the abridged version, honestly, as you guys already know, if you see me in Discord and on socials, I'm loving it. Like, I am loving it. My big takeaway is I'm a little surprised that I feel like the majority of the channels and the influencers, the media, the people that I follow in this medium have really dismissed both the Zelda titles in this launch. And it's not, I'm not saying it's unfair. Like, I kind of get it. Like, one, old game is old. Two, Breath of the Wild's a lot, right? Like, I don't know if people feel like Breath of the Wild is 8 years old, and Tears of the Kingdom just happened a couple years ago, so I don't know if people are like nostalgic or ready to take that commitment again. So like, I understand why people may not want to replay that game, but I would just say this: the amount of coverage in the video game media that remakes and remasters get
is like non-existent.
No, Days Gone got a lot of review coverage like just a couple weeks ago. Days Gone of all games. And then how many times has The Last of Us been re-released since Breath of the Wild came out? And they talk about that all the time. And coming out of Summer Games Fest, what's one of the top 3 games everybody's talking about? Gears of War Reloaded. And that is a remaster of a game that was just remastered. Mm-hmm. And it's the only point that I'm making, I will go to bat for Breath of the Wild because, yeah, it probably is my favorite game, and maybe this is somewhat of a homer take. But the upgrade that Breath of the Wild has received on Switch 2, I think, is as good, if not definitely better than most of those games. Like, if you look at what Gears of War is on Xbox One, the 2014 remaster, and then you look at what Gears of War we're getting is, and you compare those side by side, Breath of the Wild's remaster blows that out of the water. Like, it's such a night and day difference between the second, this Switch 2 version of the game. Mm-hmm. I'm just a little like, I've noticed like how few people, like nobody, I don't want to say doesn't care. It's just dismissive. When I hear people talk about Switch 2, they're like, yeah, Mario Kart's fun, but I wanted more. And then here's the thing that really gets me. Everybody's going, man, they should have had Metroid or Donkey Kong. I want a really big, meaty single-player game to get into. And it's like, it's right there. Like, it's right there for you to play. It's one of the greatest games of all time. Like, literally right there. You just don't want to play it. And I'm not telling you have to. I get it if you don't want to. But when people talk about it, they're like, yeah, I booted up Breath of the Wild. It looks great. And then I turned it off and I'm never going to play it. Like, it's like, man, just play it. Like, it's right there. I'm having an absolute blast with it. It's just something I noticed. I just wanted to call it out because I noticed it. It's like, man, you guys are out here talking about Gears of War and Last of Us all the time. And nobody wants to play this game. And this game is, like, it's really good.
I wonder if it's because of, like, it is more relatively recent.
I think so,
compared to some of the other ones. Like,
I think there's a lot of cases you can make as to why. I think that's part of it. Yeah, I think.
I know a lot of people jumped into the Oblivion, remake because it's been a long time since that game came out.
That game's buggy as hell, from what I've read. Like, all the reviews are like, it really starts to
that's the Elder Scrolls way.
Yeah, of course. And it's just like, man, Zelda's locked. So anyway, I don't, like I said, I'm trying to make it short, and here I am going on.
Plus, Tears of the Kingdom, like, we were just in this world. Like, it's not even like 2017 might have been that I think is 8 years ago, but we just.
I think if we didn't have Tears of the Kingdom at all, I think people would be losing their minds right now.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too.
And that's okay. Again, I'm not saying they don't have to. I'm just saying that I notice. The other thing that I did say a lot about Breath of the Wild on PSVG is I'm really enjoying what Zelda Notes is offering to the game. It's changing how I'm experiencing the game. It feels like I'm playing it in a different way that I've never played it before. And for a couple different reasons. I talked to you about last week, the Zelda Notes in particular, I'm really loving. Like, I'm loving these little bits of lore. So what I'm doing is I'm not doing the GPS thing. I'm not like out here trying to hunt them all. That's not what I'm doing. When I sit down to play Breath of the Wild, I open my iPad, I open the map. And while that map is open, if you have the Zelda Notes on your map, because you can configure the map to whatever you want, if they're there, if you just walk over that spot on the map, it'll just automatically play. So, like, as I'm playing the game, I'm hitting Zelda Notes, and she's just giving me little bits of context about the Guardian statue, or a town, or an NPC.
I love that kind of stuff. I
love it. Yeah, so
it really like adds depth to the world.
It feels like a museum. Like, I'm walking around a museum. I'm getting like these little like voice memos. Like, you walk up to an exhibit and you press the button and it tells you about the exhibit. That's kind of
like, is it present like, because I haven't done this yet, but like, is it presented like she is talking to Link, or is it more of like her own like logbook?
It's more like her own like logbook.
Okay.
Yeah. So you like, I walk up to so like the person that owns the stable right before the Rito village. She goes into the whole history of like, he owns a stable. He's never wants to sell it. It's his family. His kids are going to live on his legacy. Like little stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're not essential. So if you're like, I don't care, I'm not into it. Like, I get it. But if you really are like, if you're really into like the Zelda lore, which I think for a lot of us Zelda fans, we are, I think there's a lot to glean from that. Also, the map just makes collecting all the Breath of the Wild things very easy.
Good.
So like, if you want to collect all the Koroks or collect all the
because that's what I would be interested in.
You can configure that map however you want, and then there's an option on the map to when you discover something to clear it from the map.
Oh.
So you can actually work to like clear your map.
So like I feel like this is great. Like it's perfect for like a second playthrough of the game. Because if it was the first playthrough, like like I wouldn't want that because like I feel like the whole point is about the discoverability,
100%.
finding. But like the second time around, like you're probably not going to find the same things that you missed the first time around. Likely you're probably going to miss them the second time around too. Yep. For most things, maybe not everything, but I feel like, when you're trying, you don't want to be scratching your head trying to figure out like where is this last shrine, where is this last Korok.
Her memories have taken me to places I never went to in any of my previous playthroughs.
Yeah.
I've literally discovered places that I've never been to in Breath of the Wild because of this app.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I said all that. Let me also talk about the item sharing. I have 9 people connected to my item box. I am running a Breath of the Wild delivery service. So I am playing it. When I tell you I'm playing it completely differently than ever before.
There is nobody else talking about this, by the way. I would not have known about this item box if not for you.
I'm sherping so many people through Breath of the Wild. Dev has been playing Breath of the Wild because I'm like, I will give you a Hylian shield right now. I am just sending. So when I play the game, it's different. I've never played this game in this manner before because I have all these people that are playing it for the first time. Many of them have already previously admitted to me that they gave up on Breath of the Wild because they thought it was too hard. They didn't know what to do. They thought they didn't like the item breaking, so on and so forth. So I have come up with like a shopping route, that I have all mapped out on my map. So every time I open it, I spend about an hour just going and collecting things to give to people.
For other people.
So I go and I collect durians, I collect carrots, I collect the bladed beetles. I have all these little farming loops set up. I'm duping items with the item box. You can duplicate items, so I'm duping shields. So what you can do is you can take some stuff that you have, create a save, take the stuff that you like, send it to the box, reload your previous saves.
You'll have the items back.
And you can do that every day. You have 10 items a day, but you can do it every day.
Wow.
So I'm duping Lionel gear, I'm hunting Lionels, so I can send people some OP stuff to help them get until
and
they
especially
get
in the early game too, those big weapons will last a lot longer because if they're using it on bokoblins, they're not going to break as fast as they would.
They have Hylian shields. So when they hit the ground, if they go to the, to the central Hyrule, and they encounter a guardian, they shouldn't, but if they can, they're equipped. I'm sending them stuff, and I have 9 people now. It started with 3, and then as more people saw it, they're like, "Can I get in? Can I?" And I got friends. Can I get in? I have 9 people I'm delivering.
You guys are the only ones doing this. There's nobody else talking about this.
So all of those things together is making me have a Breath of the Wild experience that I have never had.
Yeah.
And I have done
social, a little bit social for Zelda is usually not a social game.
I've done 75 shrines. I have 15 hearts. I've got 3 stamina wheel. I can beat this game right now. I'm in a week I can beat Breath of the Wild. I feel like I've almost min-maxed the efficiency of the game. The inventory loop. I've mastered it.
Is this now your favorite Zelda game?
I think so. Yeah. I think it's really hard for me not to say it is the amount that I play and the amount that I love this game. But to close, I'm having an experience with this game that I've never had before on my 4th playthrough.
Wow.
And I find that to be really
That's
rewarding.
Special. That is
special. What this app has done, exactly to your point, and the point I've been trying to make, for somebody replaying the game, I think I've heard you say this sort of thing before. I kind of don't want to finish it. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of having so much fun out of the game that I've made for myself that I don't really care to play the actual game. I'm kind of having my own game.
Exactly.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm having a blast.
I'm very glad to hear that.
2 more things real quick. And I mean real quick. Well, one I want to talk about, but real quick, I want to talk about this for a minute because I bought this for Switch 2 ahead of time. This is the MOBA pad. I think they call it the N1 Pro controller. I did not get a Switch 2 Pro controller. Based on what I've seen, I don't know if I will.
People are really raving about the Switch 2 Pro controller, and it kind of makes me want one, but I'm waiting.
So I'm seeing the opposite.
Really?
I'm seeing people that have it, and now they're like, oh, I wish I didn't buy it. I'm seeing some buyer's remorse.
Oh, we're seeing different things.
Specifically, the D-pad. The D-pad is really troubling people. And it's not that I think people don't want it.
D-pad on the Switch 1 is bad.
I think people are I think they think it's a fine controller, just like the original Switch Pro controller. They're like, it's fine. But I think with the added cost, I think people were expecting the D-pad. The D-pad appears to be the same, if not like there's lots of videos of people like putting their hand on the down and it pulling left and right diagonal inputs as you like move. So like that's still a problem. And at almost $100, that kind of bothers me. It's like that shouldn't be a problem. Like I love the smooth sticks, and apparently the build quality of the plastics are very good. So I'm not saying it's bad. I just think for the price, I think some people were wanting more.
People are arguing against you in chat about this.
I'm not trying to take away if you're enjoying yours, definitely. And just the thing, I shared a little bit in Discord. There's like a really big Reddit thread about it, like lots of people talking about it. And then my friend Jace on Blue Sky, he has one, and he keeps going on and on about it. So yeah, countering opinion. I don't have one. But because of the price, I wasn't going to get one before launch, so I bought this one. And I talked about it weeks ago. I never got a chance to use it. So this is a MobaPad controller. I got it for $30 a coupon. I think it's on.
That's a much better deal.
Now. The reason that I want to shout this out, if anybody that's looking for even a third-party controller, if you already have one, I love this controller because it has all of the things. It does gyro. It does Amiibo. It has NFC support. Ooh. It's like the only third-party controller I've ever seen that can do Amiibo. It has Hall effect sticks. It was $30.
Does it have rumble?
It does have rumble. Yeah. If I just the elevator pitch, it's a 360 controller. It's an Xbox controller. Not a 360. It's like an Xbox One controller. It's just a little lighter. It's like half the weight. So it's a light Xbox controller. It's got the dome D-pad and everything. So if anybody out there is looking for an option, I've been
hopefully
playing
a better battery life than.
I've been very impressed with it. I'm liking it. It has an app, so I can update the firmware and stuff right on my phone. So I'm digging it. The last thing I want to talk about, and I should have talked about last week, but Switch 2, it was a bad week for them to kind of give me some access. But if anybody checks out our YouTube channel, you may have seen a couple videos that I posted about a game called Under Par Golf Architect. And this is an upcoming game. It will come to Switch. They're going to make console versions. Right now, they're having an open demo over on Steam as a part of the Next Fest. I think it might be closed now. I'm not sure. Maybe a couple more days. But I've been in this developer's Blue Sky feed for like a year because one of my favorite and earliest game addictions was a game called Sid Meier's Sims Golf. And it's a Sims game.
Wait, Sid Meier made a golf game?
Yes. Yeah, and that's where my love for golf games comes from. I've talked about this long time, and I've always wanted a follow-up to that game. I actually have my PC copy of the game still. I've carried it for years. I've always wanted a follow-up, and there have been a few tries. A few people have tried, and it's like they all kind of have like their own weird spin on it, and it's never quite the same. This is the same. Like, to the ribbon, to the creation materials, to the way you play the game, like this is the same. And I'm through the moon excited for this game. So they gave me early access. I'll get a review copy. You can play it with a controller. You can try it on Steam. I am in their DMs being like, mouse mode, right? Like, right? Like mouse mode, like, right? So they're telling me there's nothing's been announced. Nothing's official. They'll look into it as much as I've been told. But when this game does arrive to Switch, and if I can use a mouse, I tell you I'm going to lose myself. I'm telling you, like you will hear a lot more from me about this game in the future.
I hope they do it.
If any of this intrigues you, it's a sim game where you build a golf course and then you watch people play the golf course and then they get angry at you and you can make their lives hell. It's super fun. If this sounds intriguing to you, I have a quick look first take video on our YouTube channel. It's like 3 minutes long where I just kind of give you a quick rundown and a little footage. And then I have a Let's Play where I streamed it for like 2.5 hours with Sean. And I haven't streamed games in years. I like pulled my OBS out of retirement just to stream this game for a little bit. And I did it terribly, Rebecca. Like my bit rate was all off. It's like 500p. It's awful. I tried. No. I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the game. But yeah, I wanted to throw it out there. Shout out to the folks at Broken Arm Games and Under Par Golf Architect. Thank you for giving me hands-on, and I can't wait to talk more about it.
Yeah, keep us updated if they do end up doing that for Switch.
Absolutely.
Neat.
All right, let's get into some news. before we got to bounce. So the big news this week came from Splatoon, as Nintendo has announced a Switch 2 patch for Splatoon 3, which has already been released.
Which, by the way, this came, I feel like it was a very odd announcement because I got a notification about the Nintendo Today app. It was like, check out the latest squid research. So I clicked it because I never get notifications from the Nintendo Today app. So I'm like, this must be something good. And there's a trailer on there for this update. And, the next thing we'll announce. And like, I went online and like for 20 minutes, nobody was talking about this. Wario didn't mention anything. Nintendo, nobody, like one or two people on my feed were like, guys, like Splatoon, hello, where is everyone? And then the worst part is that I tried to make screenshots of it to post online to show people, and the Nintendo Today app blocks you from taking screenshots or video.
They stopped doing that. Yeah, they don't want people doing that. They tried to shut Oatmeal Dome down because everybody was because what people were doing is they were advancing their timeline, right? They're going to live in the Philippines so they could be first and they could run out there and put the stuff out like a day ahead of time. So Nintendo didn't want them doing that, which I just you can't fight the internet. The internet's going to keep interneting. So they'll capture it anyway. But I don't hate Nintendo for being like, no, we that's not how we want people to get.
It was just very weird because this huge bomb of an announcement dropped, the first really big game announcement, and nobody was talking about it for a half hour.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Can't wait for all the traditional channels to get going. So the update is out now. It's got improved visuals and a smoother experience, so it looks like it runs higher frame rate and everything is beautiful and sharp and clear as it's supposed to be. They have 30 new weapons from the Splatoon collection with fresh looks and sub-weapons. There's a new stat in Anarchy Battle called a series weapon power, which will track your effectiveness per weapon as you play through the mode.
So what's good about that, which I didn't realize at the time, but somebody explained it to me, it helps if you're trying a new weapon for the first time, and instead of being matched with if you're have a lot of hours in the game, you're really good, and you're being matched with pros. If you try a new weapon that you're not used to, it won't match you with the same, skilled people. It'll kind of take that into account, that you're trying a new weapon, and it'll kind of match you more accordingly.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And then a bit of nostalgia, Rebecca, as Urchin Underpass from Splatoon 1 is added back to stage rotation.
I swore off of Splatoon 3. But then I saw this, and I live for Urchin Underpass, so I downloaded it and I played it, and I love that map so much.
Had I still had a copy of the game, I would have done the same. I felt it. I was like, do I have to rebuy Splatoon 3 again? And I fought the urge. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it for just. But I was like, but I kind of want to. I kind of want to. So I get it.
Yeah, very nostalgic.
Yeah, and it looks. It's a very nice way to. Honestly, going to back to my Breath of the Wild point, I've seen way more people talk about this patch than Breath of the Wild.
And I will say it's very nice that we get this update for free. I know all of Splatoon's updates have been free, but they could have made this a $10 upgrade patch. The same way for the other game. The Switch 2 games.
But that wasn't the only news. And perhaps maybe the bigger news was we have a new Splatoon game announced. It's a spin-off called Splatoon Raiders, exclusive to the Switch 2, where you play the role of a mechanic. Players will go on an adventure in mysterious
Spiralite
Islands alongside the spectacular Deep Cut trio with Big Man, right? Is it the Stingray? Yeah, I like him. That's cool. In the short trailer for Raiders, show the Deep Cut gang on a mission, and the helicopter they're traveling crash lands on a remote island. What little gameplay was shared shows the game's main character exploring the island with a mechanical sidekick, Fry and Shiver fishing, and Big Man getting hosed down with ink.
I'm so glad. I have said for years that they should do a spinoff. I thought there should be a spinoff between Splatoon 2 and 3. I'm so glad that they're not just jumping right into Splatoon 4. They gave us a little bit more life for 3. They're giving us something else. The lore and the story and everything for Splatoon, I feel like is so deep. And, I'm really interested in what this spinoff is going to be. they really didn't show us a lot. Like we have the name and like
so
a bite size. Like, I see that you wrote down, some genre. We really don't know what the genre is going to be.
So the game has been rated by the ESRB and PEGI. So it might be this year, which I didn't necessarily think when they first showed it. I was like, maybe that's next year. Like it might be this year. It might be sooner than we think. So then my question when I watched the thing was, what is this?
We don't know.
Because when I hear like the role of a mechanic, crash landing on an island.
It seems survival.
Like I immediately went to solo co-op roguelite survival game. Because that's kind of in vogue. Like a lot of people make those games. And they're like shorter to make. I don't know if I have no idea if that's what this is going to be. That was my reaction.
Josh suggested maybe like a tower defense type of thing, like because it shows you that like raft, it's like all held together with like tires and stuff. Like maybe you go out and like you get things to make your base a little bit better. Maybe then the salmonids come and attack you and you have to
I can see that.
Which I know is similar to Salmon Run, but like you're not like going out and collect it. Like it definitely looks like there's some kind of crafting mechanic in it, because if you look at the one part of the trailer, your gun actually is like made up of like an old like soda bottle, and like all of your stuff is like made of like trash and like things that maybe you put together. Like it's not like a traditional, like we don't see traditional weapons here. Like your ink tank is made up of like trash that you found along the wreckage. So I think there will be some kind of crafting.
To shout Jeff out again, was I was listening to their show, and this is really where my thought came from. I was listening to their show because they podcasted the night I think this was announced. So I had it in the background. I was playing Zelda, and they were like, "Yeah, like give me a big, like solo open world, like get to explore." I was like I kind of like I heard that, and I kind of turned my head. What did he do?
He's like ripping my notebook spiral.
Oh no! What a menace.
This is my notebook.
I heard them saying that, and I was like, "Oh no," because I couldn't have less grandeur. Like I'm gonna buy whatever it is. I'm gonna play it, but like what I saw didn't give me that at all. Like I'm not expecting some big open world or open land, like single player Splatoon game. Like that's not what I'm expecting. I am expecting like a spinoff from Salmon Run, a tower defense. Like I keep going to the roguelite thing, like the whole that continued progression to like kind of extend the game. That's kind of where
they already did the roguelite thing for the Tower of Order.
That's kind of where my head was.
So I'm thinking it'll be like, another kind of genre type of, thing that they can't do with normal Splatoon. I like that. I'm glad that they're doing stuff like this.
Me too. Yeah, no, I'm all on board. When I heard that, I was taken aback because I was like, oh no, or like people, I hope that's not what people are expecting.
Yeah.
People are like, I gotta switch to a single player Splatoon open world game.
Why is everything gotta be open world? Like people are upset if Mario Kart's not open world. People are upset if Splatoon's not open. Like, aren't we past that now? Like it's over. It's over.
We're
on the new thing now.
I was a little taken back, but we'll see. We'll see soon enough. Like I said, it was rated, and usually when things get rated, they're usually out within 6 months.
Yeah, but like we didn't see anything, and like there was no like, I don't know. I think the calendar is already full for 2025.
Is Metroid like the big fall game, or is that a next year game?
I almost think it's going to get delayed.
I could see it. Like I could see it. I wouldn't be shocked by that news. I would hope not, but I could see it. Because you're right. We basically have a game a month from like August out, if we think everything that's going to lands where they are. I know.
And you know what else?
Care about some of those games, but
if they're working on this, like maybe a smaller team is working on this, maybe the rest of the team is working on the next Animal Crossing.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
that would make sense. The Zelda movie has been delayed already. Taking to Twitter, we got an update. This is Miyamoto, not Twitter, the Nintendo Today app. This is Miyamoto. For production reasons, we are changing the release date of the live-action film for The Legend of Zelda to May 7th, 2027. It will be some weeks later than the release timing was originally predicted.
It was supposed to be March 26th, the day before my birthday. Why would they even announce a release date this early?
I don't. That's it's weird that movies do this all the time.
Don't get attached to May 7th either, because it might even be delayed again.
Exactly. It's going to get delayed again. It's it is a weird. Movies do this a lot more so than games. Movies and TV shows, they'll announce stuff out like 5-6 years. Like, here's our lineup for the rest of the decade. It's like, okay, we'll see. We've got some battery range tests. I'm going to shout out Nintendo Life. More people are starting to do their own, but I think Nintendo Life was the first one I saw. So I'm going to pull theirs. They did the old-fashioned battery life test where they did a full run, and recorded the whole thing. So they did that with Mario Kart and Cyberpunk, and you're about getting 2 to 2 hours, 10 minutes for both those games on a full charge at max brightness.
Yeah, on max brightness. Who's playing it on max brightness?
I actually don't. I normally do, but even on mine, I feel like the screen's too bright, especially with the HDR effect. It's too much.
I've gotten longer than 2 hours.
I think also if you play, what you can't do if you're playing online multiplayer, but if you're playing Mario Kart solo, if you turn off Wi-Fi, I think you extend the battery quite a bit as well. But by extrapolating, so he didn't do this as a full test for everything else, but what he did is he measured over time, for an hour, what it would drain, and then applied it to everything else. And by that extrapolation formula, they predict that you can play Super Mario World on NSO for 5.5 hours of battery life, Sonic Mania for almost 5 hours of battery life, and Metroid Dread for 3 hours and 45 minutes. So that's generally kind of a range of what you're looking at. Newer titles in that 2.5 range, maybe retro titles in that 4 to 5 range. That's kind of what we're looking at battery life wise. I don't have really any complaints with the battery so far. I am mostly playing docked. I have played a lot of handheld, just to get an idea of what it's like in handheld. I need grip, new Joy-Con, I think, before I start playing more portably. My only gripe with the battery, honestly, is the time it takes to recharge the battery. Not how much it lasts. The recharging part of the battery is some, especially with the OEM charger.
Oh yeah.
The base charger. Yeah, it's a little slow for my liking. I got 100-watt charger from Best Buy, and that speeds it up quite a bit.
Is that going to hurt the battery in the long run?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have it by the time that'll matter. Because by then we'll have a battery, a battery revision or an OLED. By then I probably won't even have this one by then.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know. But it does also, have you noticed, am I the only one whose battery doesn't seem to charge very fast while it's docked? If you're playing it, while you're playing it, doesn't really
While you're playing in it, yeah.
Yeah. So I like my 100-watt charger because I can play it while it's charging, and it charges pretty quickly. I actually sit there and watch the battery percentage go up. So that will be my travel charger moving forward. The Switch 2 has sold over 3.5 million units in 4 days, making it the biggest console launch ever. Definitely for the United States, not in Europe. For comparison's sake, it took 7 weeks for Sony to sell through 4.4 million units of the PS5. This is the fastest selling console in U.S. market history, and that is not accounting for orders that were ordered directly from Nintendo, because they're not included in NPD. So the number is likely higher than what's already being reported.
And all these people saying they were going to boycott it on TikTok, they're like, I'm not going to. Yeah, okay.
I told Delvin about the switch to a different console kind of trend on TikTok that's going around, and he was like, that is the lamest, corny shit I've ever heard. My joke was the just get a Steam Deck crowd's in shambles as Switch 2 outsells a lifetime Steam Deck in one day. But I honestly think this was to be expected. Nintendo said they made a lot. We kept talking about how much they made and how many were available, how long pre-orders were open, how, in store, they really flooded the market. They've done their best to fight scalpers, but it's not enough. We're already seeing, right now, we're starting to get restocks. I think I saw yesterday Target had some for a minute, but the prices are starting to rise on eBay as now, launch day units seem to be sold through. So hopefully we'll get restocks fast and everybody that wants one can get one. But I'm very impressed by Nintendo. They went above and beyond, I think, for the launch, and it shows. And to the people that are saying that this is just selling so well because they made a lot, yeah, that's a part of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I feel like,
Like,
when
good
you're
job,
doing that
Nintendo.
comparison with like the PS5, maybe it would have sold as many, but there weren't that many to buy, and that's a factor. That's a really important factor.
You don't get to hate Nintendo for creating their own scarcity by not creating enough. Yeah. And then also hate Nintendo when they ship too many. Like, you don't get to do both of those. So pick one. And for my entire life, all I've been hearing about is everybody hates Nintendo for creating false market demand. Well, they did it. They absolutely flooded this market with consoles. And good on them for selling as many as they did.
Yep. That works.
Nintendo products are back on Amazon. Games, Switch 2 accessories. This just happened the last couple days. They don't have consoles yet, but games just popped back. You can buy Donkey Kong on Amazon.
I didn't know that.
So whatever this feud has been for the last couple years seems to be over. I don't know. Like, whatever they've gone through maybe is in the rearview mirror. We don't know.
Okay.
This came from a social media account talking to Charles Martinet at a con, where apparently he told that person that he's prohibited from using the Mario Cast voices on video. Wow. So if you see Charles Martinet at a con to do a signing or something, like, you can get a video of him talking to you, but he won't talk to you as Mario.
That's crazy. I feel like is really wrong of Nintendo.
I agree with you, especially because they called him, when they departed from him as the actor for the voice, they said Charles Martinet is a lifelong Mario ambassador. Like, that was his official role.
Yeah.
So how can he be an ambassador if you won't let him do the voice?
Also, like,
what the fuck?
I'm not a lawyer, but I'd be very interested in, like, knowing, does Nintendo own that voice that he created?
I'm positive that they do. But here's my question. Is there legal standing to, I guess, sue someone?
That's what I mean.
For doing an impression. Like, I can make a Mario voice. Like, what can Nintendo can't do anything about me making a Mario voice?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
And, like,
I really don't know.
It's not great. I'm
very
upset that they told
maybe
him
it's
that.
a problem if he's charging for it. Maybe that becomes like.
But that's not what they said. That's not what they said.
I know. Well, that's not what he said. They haven't said anything. But he told this person, "I can't do the Mario voice on video." I wonder if it's because
he does charge for photo ops.
So I bet that would be the issue. I bet if he was just doing it, I bet it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Or, like, I could also say, you know, for Nintendo to say, like, you can't say anything inappropriate. Like, we got the SpongeBob voice actors doing, like, funny things where they cameos, like, are cursing and you know, saying some pretty bad stuff, you know, and that's like,
I bet that's it.
SpongeBob saying it, but, like,
they don't want,
you know,
Mario
just saying like, woohoo, like, really? Come on.
We don't want you paying, you know, to make Mario sound whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but I still don't like it. I'm with you. I still don't like it. I don't like it at all. That's lame. Dude is Mario. Let him be Mario. Like, what the hell? He's Mario for
made
decades.
the voice. It's not
100%.
like you know, they instructed him on how to sound. He made the voice.
Charles, do it anyway. Fuck the man. Do it anyway. Just do it, man. Ask for forgiveness. As if there were any doubt, Capcom has answered questions around the game keycard sales, and they have admitted that any game keycard sales, like Street Fighter, will be reported as digital sales. So they see no difference between game keycards and digital copies of the game. So if you had any doubt about physical or not physical, it's not physical. Speaking of game keycards, as a worrying trend continues, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater won't even have a game keycard. It's just the code in a box.
That's a trend that needs to stop.
That's the whole point of having the key card. Is you would think that we wouldn't have code in the box, but we have multiple code in the box games. At this point, why not just make them? Why just go digital then? Tony Hawk's a digital release. Just call it what it is.
So that someone could have that piece of plastic on
box?
their shelf.
Make your own box.
If they're killing the turtles.
Yeah, I don't. This really upsets me. I don't like any of this. I think it's messy for one. Obviously, I want actual physical cards. But there's also like this weird extra energy to make it like it feels like either developers or Nintendo or perhaps both really just want the console to be digital, but they won't. Like, am I the only one? Like, I keep seeing, like, we got codes in box, we got game key cards. Like, they're doing everything they can to be digital without being digital. It's like, just make it digital then. Just call it a day. Digital only. Mm-hmm. Like, why are we going this far out of the way to have the facade of anything else?
Yeah.
Codes in boxes, fake key cards. Like, I would rather just rip off the Band-Aid then. Just digital.
Yep.
I wouldn't like it, but I would respect that more than this. This is ridiculous. So, I will play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, not coded box. I will buy a cheap copy when it goes on sale one day. And then the last news story I wrote, because this came out last night, the voice actor for John Marsden said, stay tuned, there's big news coming next week. This has been floating around the rumor mills for some time now. Please. It seems like we are getting a next-gen patch update for Red Dead Redemption 2, and by all accounts, the rumor mill, that announcement will include a Red Dead Redemption 2 port to Switch 2.
Please.
Boy, that's a lot to say. A Red Dead Redemption 2 Switch 2 game.
I just bought it on Steam a couple months ago for like $15, but I would rather play it on the Switch 2.
I wonder if it would have cross save. Like, could I pick up where I left off and keep playing? Because if I could,
probably, because I think Rockstar does that. You have to be on your Rockstar account.
I might buy it immediately if that's the case. Because I hated this game for years. I bought it when it was announced. I love Red Dead Redemption.
How do you hate Red Dead Redemption 2? What is wrong with you?
Let me get there. I knew that was coming.
One of the best games of all time.
You're right. Okay, I love Red Dead Redemption. Love it. Like, absolutely adore, love that. It's a great game. I wanted more of that when Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is a very different game. Just gameplay style. It's very not Rockstar. Like, I wanted that GTA arcadey. It's not that. It's more Cowboy Simulator. That's long-standing. It's been proven. So when I first started playing the game, it felt really slow.
The beginning is slow.
There's a lot of animation locking. Like, just the actual playing the game is
but that's the beginning. You've got to get through the beginning. It gets better.
I hated it, and I turned it off, and I was just like, I'm gonna hate this game forever.
No.
Right, fast forward a few years. Last year, I played this game for about 25 hours and was like, okay, it's not what I wanted to be, but I kind of dig it. Mm-hmm. And I just really got into just like kind of living the cowboy life. So I was enjoying it, but it's such a big game. I eventually moved off. My son, though, Jack, he loves this game. When this game ended, he was in tears. He loves it. This might be his favorite game. He loves this game.
Smart boy.
So we've got to get it. We definitely got
smart child.
If I could pick up where I left off, that would help. That would help push me over the edge.
Yes, because then you don't have to go through that intro again.
I know, Captain Awesome. Everybody hates. Like, I get it. I get it. I don't feel like. Listen, I wasn't alone. I'm not the only person that had gripes with Red Dead Redemption 2 when it was released. It was just very different for what Rockstar had been doing. That's all. I wasn't ready for that change. That's all. And I've made amends. Mea culpa. I've gone back. I've been redeemed. Give me a break. All right, Rebecca. We've got 25 minutes.
If we need to go a little over, I can, but just around that time. Starting with Danny Not DeVito writes in to ask us, what are the odds we get a Mario Kart Maker someday? I'm loving all the different regions that lead into each other in Mario Kart World. It got me thinking how fun it would be to piece together a new track myself and share with others online. Before we answer, and this is, Danny, great question. Like, this is the out-of-box thinking that I love. Before I answer, in the free roam mode, there's no like tracking of like how many P-switches and stuff you've got, right? No.
Because I kept looking for that. I was like, well, how does it tell me where they are?
I know. It's annoying.
There's nothing like that. Literally, it's just free. Just drive around.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't see how many Peach medallions you got.
I don't think I'm ever gonna do that again.
Dude, when you're sorting your like on the character selection, the cart selection screen, the sticker selection screen, you're sorting them. It don't even tell you what you're sorting it by. You just click the sort button and it changes up the order. I'm like, how is this being sorted? Like,
do you know what would make Mario Kart World better? The Zelda notes. That would make Mario Kart World better.
Turn right to get to the P switch.
Yeah, because I was like, where are the things? I'm supposed to just look and find them. I can't. Oh, never mind.
Very annoying. You can't even see them on the big map or anything.
Mario Kart Maker is a great idea because I've seen a lot of kart games that have custom track makers. Like, that's a thing that exists and has existed for some time. So I 100% think I could see that. I could see a Mario Kart Maker one day.
It would be really cool and fun, but I think personally the odds that we would get one is 0 because it makes too much sense for them to do a Zelda Maker, which I think makes more sense than a Mario Kart Maker. And they already said, yeah, we don't really think we're going to do that because we're stupid. So I don't think they're going to do this either.
Like, we got a Mario Maker. What if they added that to Mario Maker? What if you could have like a little kart race?
That'd be
like
cute.
Super Nintendo kart races, like kart design assets.
Yeah, that would be
That'd
cute.
be fun.
But Super Mario Kart mechanics are the worst of the series, so it wouldn't be very fun.
Yeah, just more of a offshoot. But that's a cool idea. It's a good idea, Tanny.
F2P Joe says, "What's the chance Donnie gives Final Fantasy VII a chance now that it's coming to the Switch too?"
I gotta tell you, I don't see it happening. You never know. I'm not gonna buy it.
Wait, hold on. Which Final Fantasy VII is coming to the Switch too? I didn't see this news.
Final Fantasy VII, the remake, the one that's on PlayStation.
It is. When did
that was announced in the first Direct?
We knew this. Oh,
they're bringing all the Final Fantasy games to Switch 2, I think is what they said.
Ignore me.
Like, definitely that trilogy. The PlayStation games, they're coming to Switch 2. So,
okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, if it goes on sale one day, like, perhaps I've had the one that would maybe perhaps get me is 16. 16's the one everybody tells me to play. But I've never played Final Fantasy 7. So, you never know. If it's on cheap one day, I might get it. But I'm not going to, like, buy it.
XBS says, isn't Mario Kart Live Circuit, Home Circuit, whatever it's called, kind of a Mario Kart Maker where you physically create the tracks?
Yeah. That's
kind of. Yeah. So, like, the tracks already exist, and you just put, like, kind of the goal, you know, there's, like, different, what do you call them? Like,
gates.
Gates, you know, in different spots, and they can be as close or as far apart, you know, as windy around as you want them to be. So kind of, I would say kind of.
Yeah, we had fun with it. We had ramps and everything. I just wish the cars were faster. Like, on TV, they look fast, but on the ground, they're not fast, so they're very slow.
Yeah.
So.
Indie Techno says 1 week plus with the Switch 2 for all y'all. What are your impressions now? Has Donnie gotten Mario Kart World yet, or is it a Delvin Switch 2 situation? I sent you this TikTok. I think you might have seen. I sent it to you guys of like this truck ramming into a house. I was like,
I didn't see that.
Delvin getting the Switch 2.
Oh, I did see. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. That was funny. I saw there was Go Nintendo had a video that there was of this guy who like tossed the Switch 2 like at this person's porch, and this person caught it on a Ring camera. So Delvin's not alone.
Yeah.
I love the Switch 2. Absolutely love it. So I mean, my
too.
impressions are strong. Like across the board, the hardware is great. I've got gripes. I want a different style Joy-Con. Like I like the Joy-Con as its own device. I don't like it as much all complete as a portable. Like as a portable Switch 2, I'm feeling like the grip helps. So that helps a lot. And then, yeah, like, I don't know, like.
My hand still gets cramped playing it in handheld.
It's just like, it's too tall. Like, it's just really big. You know, it's like, I like the screen and everything's nice, but I almost yearn for the smaller, you know, like the light. The light was just so cozy and compact and nice, you know, like, I almost miss it. But I'll be just fine when I get better Joy-Cons. I get a third-party Joy-Con, I'll be squared away. And like I said, the Joy-Con is fine in the grip. I've got no problems with it. But on its own, not my favorite. But the games are great. The games look great. Like I'm very impressed by HDR. HDR adds like they've added a lot.
Good. It looks
on
really
Nintendo
good.
Games.
I want to replay Metroid Dread with it. Like
Nintendo games
really good.
pop. They pop a lot on these things, like big time. It's a noticeable difference. Very saturated, very bloomy. Like everything's just very vibrant, which I really appreciate. Yesterday, actually, I can maybe talk about this a little bit here. Yesterday, I spent most of my day checking out Switch 1 games on Switch 2.
Oh, yeah?
Playing back compat stuff, seeing what would work. Because we had somebody ask us a question in the Discord about, like, what first-person shooter should I get my husband or boyfriend? And I was like, that's actually a good thing. I haven't thought about it. Let me go boot up a couple. And
what was your takeaway?
Dusk is fucking fantastic.
Really?
On Switch 2. Like, really good. And if
did that get a patch? Like, did that get an update, or is it just...
If you follow New Blood, like, you would expect that. Here's the thing. I was all into New Blood everything back when I was on Twitter years ago. When I came to Blue Sky, I never saw or came across them, never followed them. So I turn on Dusk, and I just start playing it for a level, and I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Why is this so good? Like, it's so good. It looks so good. It's running super fast. I was like, is this a Switch 2 patch? So I go, and for the first time in a couple years, think of New Blood. I go to find them. And of course they have Switch 2, Dusk on Switch 2, 60 FPS, HDR, gyro. Like, of course they already have the stuff out.
Yeah, good.
They said they want to bring mouse mode. They're giving away a Switch 2. Like, they have a whole damn thing going on right now for Switch. And I was like, of course they do. Because they are great. New Blood is fantastic. They are the developers we want all these developers to be, is New Blood Interactive. And yeah, Dusk is it. I played Turok, I played Doom, I played New Doom, I played Old Doom. Wolfenstein is very nice on Switch 2 now. Like, it's still really soft, like, resolution wise, but it plays very solidly now. Okay. I love Wolfenstein. And I trashed the Wolfenstein 2 port on Switch when I was like, this is garbage. Like,
I remember that. Yeah.
It's way better now. Like, I played Wolfenstein 2 last night for like 2 hours. I was like, this is good. Like, I'm going to play Wolfenstein now. Bayonetta 3 is very playable now. I sent pictures of that last night. Like, that game is very nice. I was just combing through stuff. One that I found surprising is YouTube and Reddit told me that Crysis is really good. I play Crysis and I still don't think so.
Really?
It's still chop. I was like, not like this. Don't do this. Maybe it needs a patch or something, but like, it's still not great. But yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like I talked too long already.
No.
I love the Switch 2 for what it's done for my old games and what it's doing for the new games and the patches and what we got ahead. Like, I don't know what people wanted. Like, if you're down on the Switch 2, I would love to know what you wanted, because it literally is better in every way. Minus game key cards, I guess, but we're still getting game key codes, so what's the difference? Right. It's better in every way than Switch was, and that's exactly what you want from a sequel.
Well, yeah.
Like, that's what it should be, and it is that. I'm very impressed. Impressed.
Perfect doesn't mean it's not improved.
I think the Switch 2 is better than I thought the Switch 2 would be, if I could maybe succinctly put it. Like, it's better than I thought it would be. It's stronger than
then
I've
what
ever
more
imagined.
could you ask?
100%. Like, playing Breath of the Wild is transcendent. Like, it's a different, I don't want to say it's a different game. It's the same. Like, you've never played it like this. It's if you've played it before, it's worth replaying because it hits differently. Like, it's better in every way. It's so sharp, Rebecca. It's so crystal.
I can't wait. Once school is like, once I'm done my teacher days, starting Deltarune, I'm starting Breath of the Wild. It's gonna be great.
And in our little, I think we've had a lot of conversations on Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, things we like about both. I feel very somewhat vindicated in the recent week as my enthusiasm, my sharing is starting to work. We're having some Discord folks starting to find their way to Breath of the Wild, and I'm starting to get messages being like, yo, I forgot like how peaceful Breath of the Wild is, how
we
serene
all
it is,
own
like,
it,
wild.
Right? You don't have to buy the game, you're not buying another game, and most of us have the expansion pack so that we can get the update for free.
Brendan sent me a TikTok. I need to send it to you. It was great because it's, I'm playing Breath of the Wild, and it starts off very facetiously, like, I can't build a rocket ship. Oh, I can't do this. Because all the things you got used to in Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, I can't just zip up through the ceiling. And then it's like, oh, Mipha's Grace. Oh, Guardians. Oh, it's like, yes. Yeah, like I feel again, I'm not throwing stones at Tears of the Kingdom. I love Tears of the Kingdom. It's just
validation.
In our Discord, I called like Tears of the Kingdom is very Minecraft, and Breath of the Wild's like very Skyrim. Both great, right? But different.
Yeah.
And man, I love being back. I feel like just right at home, having a blast with these mechanics. Mm-hmm. And I love the world. Like Steven was like, man, I forgot like just how like the nature sounds and the silence, like Breath of the Wild.
That's why I'm nervous about the Zelda apps, that you're not going to get that like quiet, isolated feeling.
I could see it. I had somebody ask. I think the app, because you can customize the map, which is a nice thing that they like, you can choose what and what not to show on that map.
Okay.
So I think that makes it easy. Like if you were a brand new player, I would tell you to open the map and just turn on towers, just so you knew where they are, and then go figure it out. Because the other thing I told the person, because they asked me like, if I'm playing for the first time, should I do this? There's a difference between knowing where they are on the map and still being able to figure out how to get them.
True.
Like, and for a lot of shrines,
for some of them you can't.
There.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to do something to get to them, like cross a bog and you don't have enough stamina yet or something.
Because the counter of that is, I know too many people that gave up on it because they didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
It was too much at the start, right? They didn't want to just aimlessly
Especially
wander.
If their weapons are breaking.
They needed some direction. And I think that this app gives them a resource if they need that.
Yeah.
And I think it's a positive and a win-win.
Good. I think that brings us to Garrett's question. Would you like to see Nintendo and other developers provide graphical and frame rate options to users? Maybe even a simple 30 FPS limit could save a lot of battery life. Well, we already are going to be seeing them doing this with Metroid Prime 4, that you can prioritize, performance versus graphics. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of options there. I always think having more options is better. I don't see this being like a super common thing, but I'm always in support of it.
I definitely think he's referring to like what the Steam Deck does, where you can open up like the side panel and cap things. I don't want to say no, because I also am for options. So I would think what I don't want them to do is I don't want it to be like super user customizable friendly. What I would like to see them do is like, could they add like a battery saver toggle to where it does things?
That would be nice.
I think that would be cool. You could hold down the home button and just like click a battery saver, and maybe it turns off your Wi-Fi. Maybe it locks the frame rate. And I think you could see something like that. I think it'd be better.
I would like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be super common, but I would definitely be in favor of that. I like this next question from Kyle the Pog.
Love you, Kyle the Pug.
I actually really do like this question. Will we see other Nintendo franchises apart from Mario ever get any sports games like Animal Crossing or Zelda Golf, for example? And I read that question. I was trying to think, like, is there anything else? Are there any other Nintendo franchises that have a sports game? The only thing that I feel like comes is Kirby. Does it? I
think so.
The only thing that I thought of that comes kind of close is like Metroid Blast Ball or Pinball.
That's true. Yeah, we do have Blast Ball.
But I don't even think that's what he's talking about.
No, I don't either. I think Kirby. So
Kirby has a golf game, Dream Course.
But I think Kirby has a sports mini game. I think it's like a Kirby. It's like an old one, but I think there's like a Kirby sports game. I think.
Okay.
And Kirby has like Kirby Fighters and Kirby like Brawlers and stuff. It's like that would be where my head is. I would imagine if it was going to be somebody else, I would imagine it would be Kirby. I love the question because obviously, I would like to see. I think you could see others do it, and I honestly, even outside of like the core Mario, like it would be cool to brand Mario sports games as like a Wario game. Like a Wario Slammers or, something like that. I think there's a lot of room to do stuff like that as well. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to just be Mario, Princess Peach's Golf Tour or Link's or something like stuff like that could be nice. Donkey Kong's Jungle Soccer, like, I don't know, like something like that would be cool. But But yeah, like we start getting out, I think you definitely talk about the main franchises like Zelda, Star Fox. I don't know.
It's like Animal Crossing has the roster of characters to do something like this too. Like
I've always wanted Animal Crossing golf sim, like golf sim builder. Zelda Golf works. That's easy. Cut grass and stuff. Like that's kind of fun. You have fun spin-off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would be very into that because I have not been happy with the Mario sports games on the Switch.
Yeah, they
I feel like that's not Mario's fault. I think it's Camelot's fault.
They were, I want to say they're good. Like they're good, but they're not. They never excel.
It's fine.
Yeah, they never excel, and that's the problem. They feel hindered. It's like they could be so much more than they are. Mm-hmm. We all see the potential. Like there's nothing wrong with the base game. It's just the features aren't there. Mm-hmm. You know, the modes aren't complete. I'm very interested to see what Nintendo has plans for Mario Sports on Switch 2. I would expect that they would do a lot of like camera, game chat, sharing type stuff. So maybe the next Mario Golf game, and I'm hurt enough to not even want to say it, but with all the social features, maybe they do bring back some of those multiplayer aspects and tournaments and things like that. It would make sense.
I hope so.
It would make sense.
To use the game chat. Yeah.
Dude said Pokemon Sports.
Could you imagine?
Pokemon volleyball.
I would love that. It would be so good.
Do you think they'll make a Switch 2 Sports? Switch Sports sold well. For all the crap that people gave it, it sold well.
It would be silly of them not to do a Switch 2 Sports.
I want one because the motion controls in the Joy-Con is better. Like it's markedly, you can tell it's better.
And they would probably do a golf thing. You know, I know they put golf in Switch Sports 1, but late, and I feel like they might add mouse controls for that.
So what I want, if I could pitch, if we ran Nintendo moment for this show,
do it.
I want a remaster. I want a Wii Sports collection. Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort remade. Just make those games the same game. Just remake all of it, put it in one bundle, and sell that with online.
Yeah,
with multiplayer.
I would like that.
Multiplayer and leaderboards and all of that, and I'm all in. Just do that.
Sure. I would be more into that.
A remake.
A remake. Stop.
I forgot about my remakes.
Love it. I would take it. I would take a remake of that. Okay. John 32 is asking the hard questions. Favorite? Is he British? John 32, you're British? I didn't know this about you.
We have several Euro folks. BMOX.
Did not know. Well, he said favorite with a U.
Somewhat
He's
popular.
not. You're Canadian.
That makes sense. British pounds.
Right? Canadian? Yes. Okay, there we go. Same thing. Come on. Anyway.
Same thing.
Favorite Mario Kart World character skin
For the Queen.
so far? So
I just scrolling down, I see D-Life. He said the Wii Sports remaster. Oh, man. I'm out of the chat. Look at that. The Wii Master. Nice. I've only played as Penguin, so I got nothing.
Penguin's a good one. Cal is my favorite, okay? Cal is going to be my ride or die. I'm all for Cal. I just wish that Cal had a costume. There's no costumes for Cal. So I need them to add an update where Cal gets like a bow or a hat. Like give me like a cowboy hat on my Cal. My honorable mentions are Swoop. I love Swoop, the little bat. He's so cute. And I like Rosalina with her I forget what the outfits are called, like the streetwear where she has the backwards cap and also the beautiful like Elsa dress. It's like a Frozen kind of like ice costume. And then also I like Peach's sightseeing outfit. She has like her hair short with like a little like pink hairband, like headband type of thing, and she has like a cute like summer outfit. And then I also like the last one I'm going to say is Pauline's only costume. It's like a racing suit. She's giving Asami in The Legend of Korra. Those who know.
Cool. Jack picked the crab.
The crab is a good pick.
I was like, what the
That's a good pick.
It looks so stupid on the screen.
No, it looks great.
It's just sitting there like driving
Aurora.
like this.
Yes, Aurora.
His hands up. It's just the cart's going. I was like, this is so dumb.
It's great. So good.
He liked the crab.
Yes, tour 1950s outfit. Yes.
How do you change outfits?
How do you change? It's on the character select menu. So like, it's so stupid. You don't click Peach and then see all of her outfits. You have to scroll, and maybe you can you can sort it, but I don't know how they're sorting it because it doesn't tell you. So you can sort it and try to hope they're all together.
Mario Kart World has people clutching pearls out here. Like I've seen some really strong Mario Kart takes, man.
Anyway.
I can't wait to talk to Dev because I feel like Dev and I are both going to be like, play Mario Kart. Is Mario Kart.
Last question comes from Gerudo Valley Cat. Gerudo Valley Cat. I like that name a lot.
It's good.
This might be our first question from Gerudo Valley.
Definitely not.
Valley Cat. No?
Definitely not. No. I think we've had a question from them every week for like a month.
Oh, I don't remember this name, but I like it a lot. Question: are there enough Switch 2 games at launch?
Maybe not.
I don't know if that's not very easy to answer because enough is different for every person.
Fair. Definitely very subjective. For me, yes, I could have the one game, the Breath of the Wild, and I'm literally amazed by what's happening. But I am not so naive to realize that for many, that isn't cutting it. And you can see it in the online reactions. Even the people that like it, even the Nintendo channels, there are still a lot of gripes with the day one launch lineup. They wanted more new games. Now, I don't
think it's worse than any other console launch lineup.
I'm not seeing a lot of those people that are wanting more new games playing the new games that are there.
Yeah.
They're not playing Street Fighter. They're not playing Yakuza. They're not playing Split Fiction. Maybe they've already played them on other consoles. I don't know because there's a lot of ports. IGN, one of the podcasters, IGN, to your point, Rebecca, I knew this because I listened to their next console launch show that they do on YouTube. He said that he tweeted that the Switch 2's day one launch lineup was the worst launch lineup in console launch history.
I would not go that far. Has anyone ever seen the 3DS?
He did specifically say that he said home consoles, I guess was his very specific.
Has anyone seen the Wii U?
Yeah.
I think it's worse than the Wii U. Better than the Wii U's. The Wii U's is worse.
I think some of this is just a byproduct of Nintendo's success.
GameCube's is worse.
When you like nuclear bomb the industry with something like a Breath of the Wild, it'd be really hard to live up to that standard again. I do agree with you, I think, Rebecca, in that the Switch 2 has a lot of really good games, like for a lot of different kinds of people, right? Like it's got a Mario Kart, it's got Fast Fusion, it's got Cyberpunk, it's got Street. Like there's a lot of different kind of games for you to choose from.
And it's backwards compatible.
That's it. So like I have more than enough to play, and honestly,
I can't
could
catch
use
up.
more time to like. I'm definitely going to finish Bayonetta 3 now.
Did
like, I've been
any of
waiting
these
to play
people
that.
play Deltarune? I highly doubt it. Go buy Deltarune.
So that's the thing. I think if I could maybe piece through the conjecture, I think what I'm reading is that a lot of people want something not Mario Kart from Nintendo to be here. I think that's it. I think that's the crux of this. If Metroid was here or Donkey Kong was here, if there was something else here like that, I think they'd be fine. But the fact that they're not, and that Nintendo is like, you can replay Odyssey, you can replay Breath of the Wild, you can replay all these games, even free upgrades, I don't think that's scratching the itch. I think people want one more Nintendo game, and I think that's a valid criticism.
Sure.
I look at it and I go,
I would like one more video game all the time. Like how, but then like, is one
I'm
more
not bothered
enough?
by it.
Is two more enough? Like at what point does it become enough?
I'm not bothered by it because I'm playing Breath of the Wild. I'm doing what Nintendo's asked to do. I'm doing that.
There's enough for me. And then I'm
the
good
people
with
that
waiting
aren't,
until Donkey Kong in like what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks. Yeah. It's not that far away. Exactly. That's where I am. It's like, I am fine. But for the naysayers out there, if I can understand wanting one more Nintendo game. I get it. I think it's a fair, maybe gripe to have.
But would one more make them satisfied? Is the question.
I think it would depend on the one more. I honestly think if Metroid Prime 4 was here right now, I don't think we'd hear any of this.
I do think we would hear that because nobody freaking buys Metroid. They're a bunch of hypocrites.
But the people that are talking that have like influence,
the people that are talking will not buy Metroid.
Play Metroid. I think the influencers, like the hardcore, they do play Metroid. They're in it.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Especially day one, they would all have bought it. Just to talk about it, they would have bought it. I think that's it, Rebecca. I think maybe they don't have enough to talk about. They don't have enough to talk about. I think that might be the crux of the issue, is that they want more games to talk about.
Well, they haven't bought Deltarune, that's for sure.
I hope Donkey Kong is really good.
I think it'll be okay.
The hands-on stuff, I dove more into that than anything ever did Mario Kart. And the hands-on stuff for Donkey Kong are interesting. There's a lot of things I'm totally pre-ordered and excited, but there's some things that I've seen from hands-on impressions that give me pause.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it.
There's a lot of camera stuff. Apparently, like, it has like an auto camera, and because you're doing like all the traversal and going through the walls, like apparently like it zooms around a lot. I heard more than a few people being like, kind of made me feel sick.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I kind of get it. Like, I understand. I don't think I'll have a problem with it, but I'm wondering if, I'm interested to see the reception to Donkey Kong because it's different.
Me too.
So I'm just kind of interested. I'm more curious than anything. But over the moon, like I am jazzed for a new Donkey Kong game.
It's time. They're overdue.
I also think even outside of a game, I think if we had a direct right now, I don't think these people would be complaining. There's
going to be a Pokemon Direct in July 22nd. Is that one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another.
There'll probably be another
Scarlet
one.
And Violet is fixed now. You got Splatoon got a patch.
Like, that's all Josh has been playing is Violet.
I get it.
Everything he boots up is always Violet.
I almost wanted to because Jack started playing it. And I told you, I understand that it looks like Scarlet looks, but it looks really good for what that is. Like, it looks great. I was like, man.
There's still a lot of poppin'. He found a shiny Porygon.
Wow. Shiny Porygon. Porygon doesn't get enough love.
No. It was Porygon. What did you find? Porygon 2. I'm sorry, it was Porygon 2.
I was just about to ask, not the balloon Porygon.
Yeah, but then he evolved it to Porygon Z.
Okay. There's a lot to play. Like, there is a lot to play if you want to do it, but you know, I when I think about these things, I think about Dev. Because Dev is old game is old. He never replays anything. Like, at all. Like, anything. Yeah. So if you're that player and you only want to consume new things, I could see you being like, now what?
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, I think that those people are boring. There's always more to play. I'm never bored.
I
like, people who say they're bored, like, just in general, this isn't even a gaming thing. People who sit there and they're like, I'm bored. What do you mean you're bored? There's so many things in this world that I want to do. I don't have time for all the things I want to do. What do you mean you're bored?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I have never felt boredom in my life. I don't know what that feels like. Even on long car rides where there's nothing to do, my brain, do you know how my brain is always thinking of stories and things? And like, I have never in my life experienced, I don't know what that feels like.
We have endless competition for our entertainment. Like, there's an endless amount of options to choose from. So I get it.
Just like, I don't want to hear it. Anyway, I gotta go say Happy Father's Day to my father, and I gotta clean the house because we have a friend coming at 2:30.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
My daughter made me French toast.
Good. Very nice of her.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
All right, Koopalings. Think of me in my last 2 days before summer, and then my life gets to start again.
Go replay Breath of the Wild.
Doing it.
Awesome.
We will see you next time, Koopalings.
Whenever you're ready.
All right.
Peace.
This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?